Well, it was really cold outside today, and I'm going to try to bring this to you from inside. Daisy, me, and Kota's joined me too. Don't know if it's going to work, but let's go ahead and dive right in. So we got just a few weeks left before we start the 2026 thru-hiker season on the Appalachian Trail. So I can't wait to follow these folks. We're going to mention a bunch of them right here, and you're going to get to see some more intros. So let's go ahead and dive right in. First off, we want to talk about people that are out there on the trail. So we've got Owlcat, and she is actually off trail right now. She's had some ankle injury problems, but she's like over 750 miles that she's made from Kota on her SOBO trip. And so right now, she made it all the way to New Jersey and got to take some time off to heal that ankle. So hopefully she's going to be getting back out there as quick as she possibly can. And then we've got Gemini. Gemini has updated us a few times. Gemini is still out there, and she's on her SOBO trip. So last we talked to her, she was coming through the Triple Crown, and right now, she is actually made it through the Creeper detour there north of Damascus. So she's made it through that. And she's going to give us a bunch of information about what's going on with the Creeper there and that detour she's got. So we're going to hear from her again in just a few minutes. Intros we got coming up for you. So we got a slew of hikers here that have sent in their intro videos. We've got Texas from Colorado. After a 45-pound trail weight reduction is going to be getting on trail. And that weight reduction is actually physical, not just out of his pack, but off of him. So that is awesome. Congratulations from him. Go ahead, Texas.
Hey, Ramdino. This is Gecko here. I am from San Marcos, Texas. This is my year, 2026 Appalachian Trail through hike northbound. I'm hoping to start around March 17th. If any of y'all are familiar with my YouTube channel, Gecko's Trails, y'all know that I have been wanting and planning to do this for the past 10 years. I just turned 55 years old this year. This is my year. Some of the reasons I want to hike the Appalachian Trail is to just reconnect with my spirituality and nature and kind of go through and process the grief of losing my mother this couple months ago. But I'm also there to meet people, to make friends. I want to wish everybody that's going to be through hiking this coming up year good luck, stay safe, and feels wrong, it is. Make wise decisions, and I hope to see you out there on the trail.
And then we got Angie from Alaska. She's going to be getting out there on trail. She sends in her update video.
Hey, Ramdino and hiker friends. My name's Angie, and I don't have a trail name yet. I'm from Alaska, and I will be attempting a NOBO through hike starting March 1st from Springer Mountain. I'm embarking on this journey because I obviously love hiking, and I feel a deep connection to nature. I want to do something hard and find out what I'm really made of. I'm expecting to level up in my faith, courage, and confidence in a way that can only come from being uncomfortable, persevering through miserable days, and having some of the best times of my life. I'm excited to see where God takes me on this journey, and I'm looking forward to meeting all the hikers and the hiker community. And if you would like to follow along with me, you'll be able to find my daily uploads on our already established YouTube channel at Our Simple Life 907. And there you'll find not only my adventure, but my husband will continue making videos from our home in Alaska. I hope to see you all out there.
And John Roy, he sends in his.
Hey Ramdino and those following on YouTube. My name is John. I'm 60, retired, and have lived in Connecticut all my life. Completing the AT was part of my motivation to retire after a long career. I'll be starting my hike in March at Amicalola Falls, and I'll be doing a traditional NOBO. I don't have a trail name yet, but I'm looking forward to earning one. I'll be dedicating this hike to my sister Teresa, who courageously fought breast cancer for 4.5 years. I'll be vlogging my thru hike, and I invite you all to follow my journey on my YouTube channel, Outdoors with John USA. Thanks for all you do, Ramdino, and I'll see you guys out there on the trail.
And we also got Thumbs Up and Sweet. They're getting out there on trail in 2026. Go ahead, Thumbs Up.
Hey, what's up? My name is Andy Coates, and this year, my wife and I, we're going to be hiking the Appalachian Trail. That's right, Christy and I will be taking off. Our hope is to inspire a new generation of thru-hikers, of hikers, adventurers, Our plans to begin in February and go through June. My trail name is Thumbs Up because I love to give a good thumbs up in all my photos. My wife is Sweets, and so Thumbs Up and Sweets hitting the trail in 2026.
So if you'd like to send an intro video to Daisy and I for the 2026 season, then go ahead and send that. You can send that through email, Instagram, or Facebook Messenger. All of those ways of doing that are down below. And we want to see that 30-second video. Tell us when you're leaving, why you're hiking, what you hope to get out of it, which direction you're going, NOBO, SOBO, flip-flop. And we'd love to have that 30-second video so everybody can come and go to your whatever your social media channel is and support you throughout the entirety of your hike. Let's go ahead and check out the entirety of the new list that we have got for 2026 on the hiker support list. And we've got somewhere around close to 80 and adding more and more every week. If you want to be added to that link, you have to do so through the form link that is down below. So you can't don't just send me something with a spreadsheet on it. That's not going to work. You need to go through the form link down below. Look forward to getting those from you. While y'all are heading on over to the list to check out the hikers that you can support this year on their thru hike, you may have a hiker at home or a soccer player or a weightlifter or who knows, but somebody that is sweating out electrolytes and they need those to get back in their system so they can perform at their optimum amount, right? Well, I got a perfect Christmas gift for you, and that's Element Drink Mix. It's got sodium, potassium, magnesium, all the good stuff, no sugar, nothing you don't need in there that's going to mess up any type of diet. I mean, it works with paleo, vegan, any type of diet out there. Right now, you can go to drinklmnt.com/Ramdino and you'll get a free sample pack with any offer. And they got a ton of great flavors. They got lemonade, they got grapefruit, they got raspberry. What's this one over here? Oh, that's watermelon. They got a lot of great flavors out there. And they've got a sparkling version if you don't want to mix it yourself. So go to drinklmnt.com/Ramdino, get that free sample with any purchase, and give that to whoever is in your household for Christmas that needs a Christmas gift. Well, Daisy did not like being down here in the trail studio. She didn't appreciate that too much, so had to take her back out of here. But let's go ahead and move right on what we got going on. So the folks that have signed up new from our on the support list from last week, we've got Caboose, Road Rash, Crow, TJ, and Youngin. And TJ, I believe, was recently named Just Bill, but now they've changed it. Pale Rider, Thumbs and Sweets, of course, we just heard from them, and Splinter. So that's 74 and growing there. Speaking of starts, in just a few weeks, starting January 1 from our support list, we've got a couple of folks or a few folks in there that are going to be starting. So now would be the time to go and check out their channels or social media and give them a thumbs up, a comment, let them know you're rooting for them out there. We got Pappy, Prepper, Subman, and Road Rash. They'll be starting January 1. Pumped up for them. All right, so total registrations, we've had changes on the ATC website from last week. We added 50 folks, and we're up on NOBO. We're up to 860 NOBO. Only added 2 flip-floppers, so we're at 38, and only added 2 SOBO, and we're now at 28. So that brings us up from 872 to 926 hikers that are registered. So that continues to be a decline in registrations as it has for the past few years. So last year we were down about, well, some folks say, I think I saw on ATC or somewhere like that said it was 25%. But the folks that I've talked to, people, hostel owners, shuttle drivers, people that do engaged in commerce on the trail, they said it's more like down about 30%. So somewhere between 25 and 30%. So looking at the historical data that I have from my information that I've compiled over the years, and I've been doing this for about 6 years. My information only goes back about 5 years, but it looks like we've had, so this year right now, at this time, the first week in December, we're at 926. Last year in 2024, we were at 1,048. In 2023, the first year of December, we were at 1,218, and in 2022, we were at 1,772. So we are continuing that decline. There may be a swell of people coming in earlier. It may just be some reason why people are not registering, and we may catch up to that. It's going to be interesting to see not only for us out there for the hiker community, but also for the people that are engaged in the trail commerce, the business aspect of it. And most of these people, they don't do it because they're making a killing out of it. They're doing it because they care about the hiker community. Be interested to see how that goes with them. So some news we got going out there. Charlie Hush is still missing. He is a hiker that went missing. He was just out for a day hike up at Blood Mountain down in Georgia. Went missing on November 11th, and no sign of him has been found. They saw him on video camera, and that was about it. So they have however, there was some people that spoke with him on the top of Blood Mountain, and that is the last known location on November 11th that anybody has him. So official search and rescue has been called off because they felt like they, had exhausted all the efforts they could up there, and that's with, local law enforcement, search and rescue specifically tasked for that. However, his law firm and his family have put together volunteers to come out, and that includes professional search and rescue that come out, but not part of their regular job. And they've still continuing to have drones and dogs out there, and they are still desperately looking for Charles. This coming weekend, they are going to have a big push. They want to get as many folks out there as they can to hit the area out there and eliminate some areas and find what they can. And so that's going to be this coming weekend. They're trying to find out and get him home from the holidays, no matter what that means. So if you'd like to help out, you can go to www.bringcharleshome.com. They've set up a website for him and for that search. And so if you want to go there and be a part of that, then let them know. I'm sure they would love to have you to come out there. Also, share this on your other social media feeds out there, whatever they are. We want to get a nationwide people that get this in front of him, because nobody knows what happened to him. He could still be on Blood Mountain, or something could have happened, and he could have had some type of episode where, cognitively there are some issues there. There wasn't any issues before, none reported. But there may be some issues to where he got in a car with somebody and somebody knows something. So please get this on your social media feeds, particularly the pictures, and let folks know out there. The last several episodes, we've been updating you on the detour there in the Grayson Highlands and north of Damascus, where the Creeper Trail has been closed down, and that includes the portion of the Creeper Trail that the Appalachian Trail shares a treadway with. And yes, contrary to what some folks have put out on social media, that section of the Appalachian Trail is closed. It is not open, and if you go through that area, you may be fined. There will be law enforcement in that area to enforce that. It's considered trespassing on a construction site, so that is not a good thing to be doing that. You risk put other people in danger, including yourself. So make sure we're not doing that. There is a detour that is a continuous path. It is recognized by the ATC, and that is it's recognized as that would be part of your thru hike. They also will allow you to yellow blaze and get a shuttle to shuttle around a portion of it, but there's no point doing that if there is a official continuous footpath in there. Dawn is a viewer, and she sent in a picture here of that closure there that is taped to a post posted up there at the beginning of the detour, so it's definitely noted there. The actual detour, my understanding is that they have not white blazed that. So Gemini, who went through that area, she indicated there, and she's a SOBO hiker coming from Kota, she indicated that the water sources are good at the beginning, and for the beginning of her would be the north end, but after that they are not good. She said throughout the detour they were pretty much non-existent. She wanted to let people know there's no water at Straight Branch Shelter, which is kind of in the center. She had already gotten water there at the beginning and didn't need it, so she didn't check at Cherry Tree Shelter, but she filled up at Mount Rogers Trail there where she crossed over the Laurel Valley Road. She did say there's plenty of water on the Mount Rogers Trail section. Again, that's the very beginning if you're SOBO, or the northern end, but throughout the rest of it, she could not find any water. She got caught without water because she thought there'd be water at Straight Branch, and she didn't fill up. She also would again affirm that it is yellow blazed. It's not white. It's not white blazed. And so it doesn't matter what she did, she's going to have to yellow blaze this time anyway. Of course, we know that traditionally yellow blazing is hiking or taking a shuttle on the road. But in this case, she hiked the whole thing. So thanks for that great trail information, Gemini. And then I also noticed on LinkedIn that there is a posting for a project manager or a construction manager there for the company that is that is going to be doing the renovation work, or actually the replacement and repair of the creeper trail and the bridges. And so looked at that. That'd be an ideal job for me. That's my background, but I am not local to Damascus and do not plan on moving up there. But if that's something you do, that would be an ideal project for somebody that needs the job and wants to be a part of fixing the creeper and that area up there. And then Angel's Rest Hostel is being sold. So Dr. Pippa looks like she is getting out of the hostel business. That is typical. She started in around 2016 and really got ramped up in 2017. So typically what happens after 7 or 8 years, that hostel owners, they get burned out. And so I'm not saying that's the case there for her, but that is kind of typical for folks that are owning a hostel. And so it is up for sale, and they're doing it by an auction. So it's they're not having a big giant auction. You just send in what you're willing to pay for it. The mostest that you're willing to pay for it, and then if it meets their criteria, meets their pricing, then they'll be in touch with you. But that is another hostel that hopefully it will be reopened as the hostel. We'll get you more information as we get that. Then the official mileage for the Appalachian Trail this year has been posted, and the trail this year is half a mile longer. So right now it is going to be 2,197.9. And that's based upon, there's changes to the trail every year. They put in detours or reroutes or something like that. And so they have to get this information from the trail clubs. And so that is why it takes so long for them to get that together. And this is actually pretty quick. Normally it's gone as late as January before we get that official mileage out there. But they did gain Treadway there in Virginia. They've got a 1 mile war spur relocation that moved from the footpath because they had a half-mile fall line route there, and they've moved it to a more sustainable grade. So basically they put switchbacks in it where you have a fall line like that. The trail goes straight down. Whatever the actual elevation change is, it follows the hill going down. The hill is, when you have that change in elevation, it's called a fall line. Think of it falling down the hill. And so that means that water goes down there, and it's really hard without switchbacks to maintain the trail there. There's constant erosion, constant maintenance has got to be done. You can put a bunch of water bars in, but they fill up and they got to be changed and replaced. And so switchbacks are the way to go. Hint, hint, folks that are places like in the White Mountains and places where you don't have switchbacks, and that includes North Carolina, Georgia, pretty much everywhere. So anyway, think about that, trail clubs and ATC, wherever you are, so that maybe we need some more switchbacks out there. So a little more information on the mileage. So just so you understand that detours are not considered part of the additional mileage or the change in mileage every year. So when detours are temporary, so that in War Spur Trail in Virginia, that's a permanent reroute. But like down at Iron Mountain Gap, that's a temporary reroute. We've also got the Nolichucky River Detour in Tennessee. That is a reroute. And of course, Iron Mountain Gap is in Tennessee. That's a reroute. And the Virginia Creeper is a temporary detour, temporary reroute there. That is also that's in Virginia. So all of those last three are due to Helene and the damage that Helene caused. We've also got a temporary detour reroute up in the Great Gulf Detour that's up in New Hampshire, where they had a bridge that is closed around the Madison Gulf Bridge is closed due to structural issues. However, it is a ford that when there's not high water running through there, you can easily ford that. Otherwise, it is a pretty significant detour. And then in an impressive conservation partnership between the Appalachian Trail and other Eastern Trail organizations, officials have reintroduced native wild wolves to the key stretches of the Appalachian Trail this past week. They are citing critical hiker overpopulation. As a matter of fact, it was critical thru-hiker overpopulation, and they are trying to bring back in balance the migratory thru-hiker herds that have exponentially increased since the extinction of these natural predators in there. So the wolf release locations are closely aligned with known tramley camping areas in there. They're already seeing some benefits, they say, of some of these predators culling out the weakest members of the thru-hiker bubble on other trails in the U.S. where they've reintroduced those. So just remember, you do not have to be faster than the wolves. You just have to be faster than the slowest member of your tramley. Now, I've got a trail angel list that can help you get off trail if you see any of those wolves out there. And so if you're on that trail angel list, and the trail angel list is for folks out there that want to help the hiker community and don't charge for their services. So these are literally trail angels. They may get you off trail and into town. They may just be willing to bring you something. They just, whether it be a resupply, something of that nature, or just bring you something out to the trail, maybe feed you or something like that. So these are folks up and down the trail. I already have that list. If you are on that list as a trail angel, let me know, and that you want to be, if you want to be taken off of it, let me know. I'll be glad to take you off of it. But if you want to be on that list, love to have you on that list. Please let me know the area, the mileage that you service, or from what road to what road that you intend on helping hikers. And also let me know what you can help them with, whether it be a ride or resupply or what have you out there. Send me your contact information and, of course, your name. This is a service that they provide free of charge. So it's not for shuttles that are part of the business shuttles that do charge for there. However, if you're a hiker and a trail angel comes and helps you, particularly if they're going to bring you food, they have expenses like gas or food, you need to offer to pay them for that. 9 times out of 10, they're probably not going to accept that because they are true trail angels, but it's just the proper thing to offer that. Hey, give me a subscription to this channel. Love to have that. And your comments. Really love your comments. Give me a thumbs up if you got everything. Head on over here to this video if you want to see what's going on with the recent hikes I've had. I've got more hikes that I'll be posting over the next coming weeks, including the last part of Pennsylvania and the Shenandoah National Park that I've been working on here lately. Folks, that's all I've got this week. As always, appreciate you, and we hope to see you out here. Daisy, can you sit up? You got to stop that. You can't be messing up the microphone.